So you had quite a freshman season this year. Ended up being 38-9, placing third at the state tournament. I talked to your coach quite a bit this year. What do you think was the being a breakout season? What do you think some of the differences were your freshman year?
Definitely the change in like competition. Definitely like wrestling older girls coming in as a freshman. But either way, wrestling is wrestling. Like you win, you lose. Either way, I feel like it wasn't too bad.
Now, am I correct here? You wrestled, and I can't remember exactly which team, but you wrestled a girl over and over and over again. And did you end up beating her at the state tournament to get into that third and fourth place match?
Yes, I did.
That's what I thought. How's that? What does that feel like? Because I know that was a tough thing for you. What was the difference in that match?
Usually, since like it was state tournament, I'm like, you know what? Either way, because every time I wrestled her, I kept inching and inching a little bit closer. Like from the first time we met up, didn't get a score at all. Then second time I was scored, but gave up a takedown. But then at state tournament, that's when I turned the gear and everything, got the ball rolling and everything. If like I don't know, it was like it all just happened so quickly.
Yeah, it's that state tournament. It's pretty cool. Um, Getting third freshman year. That's a really big accomplishment. What have you been doing since then to keep improving so next year you come in and even have a better shot at that state title?
Yeah, since that state tournament, I've usually been like going to my two club practices, practicing 4 times a week, lifting a few days a week too. Competed at a few tournaments usually. Then mostly that's usually what I've been doing otherwise.
Gotcha. And so you go to the Assumption Club, Coach Lloyd. And how long
Mhm.
have you been going to the Assumption Club with Coach Lloyd?
I was there. I'm like, at first I was at a different club, but then I
Okay,
moved to Assumption. So I'd say like a roughly like 7 years I've been at Assumption.
gotcha. Where were you prior to that?
PV.
PV. Oh, you're a PV person. Gotcha. And then you also is a big game that you go to
Yes.
also. And
Yes.
what do you think the difference in those two practices are?
Okay, so at Big Game, definitely more high paced, but Matt Randoni, our coach,
Yeah.
he he likes to focus like more on detailed stuff, which is pretty good. And like again, more higher pace, higher level stuff. Then meanwhile at Assumption, we like to have fun here and there. We lift all together, get a few laughs and giggles and open mats, just drilling the entire time, just having fun with it.
Yeah, and it's important to have fun. This summer you got the opportunity to go down to Florida. The second time you got the opportunity to go down to Florida, and you had a pretty decent team down there. And how'd you end up doing? I didn't get a chance to look that up.
Yeah, this year definitely did pretty good. I went 10-2.
10-2. That's awesome. That's a really good job. Because last year, as an eighth grader, you came down and we're on the alternate team and stuff. And I got to coach you last year. That was really fun. But this year you were with Adam and Rachel. And
Yeah.
what was the do crew as they like to call themselves? What were they like as coaches?
I actually really like them as coaches. I've had Coach Adam coach me in the past before. Really fun. But I like their coaching style. They like to keep me calm, cool, and collected, which I like personally, instead of just being yelled at by a lot, which I get it. But I really like them having as coaches overall.
Yeah, Rachel, I think was a huge addition this year. It's definitely cool to draw on her experience and all the international stuff that she's done. So, yeah, I was really happy with having her along. Um, Down in Florida, did you get an opportunity to, I mean, do anything really fun this year that would, you know, that's part of the trip. Obviously you went 10-2, wrestling went well, but what did you do outside of just wrestling?
Went down to the beach a few times, the pool. Definitely went shopping. Then we also, on Sunday, we went to the Everglades, which I found that pretty interesting and fun.
Did you have any different foods down there that maybe were surprising that you maybe liked or maybe didn't like?
Yeah, I actually tried snail when we went down to that big fancy dinner.
Yeah.
Got pressured into eating octopus, which Then
Not for
no,
you.
no.
What did you have that night? What that was probably one of the fanciest places I've ever eaten too. What was your meal that night?
I love pasta. It was some sort of like pasta of some sort. I don't remember the top of
Gotcha.
my head. But it was good.
Gotcha. Um, the difference from the year before to this year, did you enjoy the trip more this year? Or, do you like the area that we go? Did you like what we did? Or what are some things that you found different from last year to this year on that trip?
Definitely this year was easier on the legs because of from the past years going to those fun theme parks and stuff. But I actually liked it this one a bit more because I felt like it was more toned down. I don't like sometimes like I like doing a lot of crazy fun things, but sometimes I like keeping it calm.
Packing
Like, yeah,
packing too much in at one time might be a
yeah.
little too much, is what you're saying. I really enjoyed the trip this year too. I was kind of getting your thoughts on that. I know it's super super early in your career. You're only going to be a sophomore. Have you thought about college yet?
Definitely. My family has always thought about it since like middle school year, like in seventh grade. But I'm open to wrestling and college and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Have you ever thought about afterwards? Are you thinking of coaching possibly? I know that Jason likes to push that on everybody, and it's important that you girls are the ones coming back and doing that. But is it something you're interested in?
Most definitely. Last year actually, I was like thinking, oh, maybe I could like again like thinking about like because earlier in the season for the youth girls, I coached one of the youth teams at a small duel we had at Assumption. Then I also thought of officiating
You
in
like
like
that?
yeah.
I don't. Man, I'm scared to step. I'm not scared. I just don't like to be the one making that call. I'd rather just sit back and complain about that call. So, but yeah, no, officiating is awesome. I'm sure you've met Nadine multiple times, and she's quite the inspiration too. Um, let's look at just getting to know you as a person just a little bit better. I know that your coach has told me that you're pretty much a jokes, a lot of jokester, pranks and things like that. Um, anything you can think of right off the top of your head that's been a kind of a fun prank maybe that you've played on Jason?
Let me think. I mean, a few times here and there, I'll just like take silly photos and videos of him here and there. I can't think of exactly at the top of my head the funniest thing I've done to him, but there's quite a lot of stuff I've did.
Yeah. See, I would have thought you were really quiet, but he's like, "Oh no, no, she's definitely not the quiet one." That's the ones you always got to watch. Those the ones you think are quiet, they're crazy. So, do you have any pets at home?
I don't.
You don't. Now, if you could have any pet in the world, what would you get?
Oh my gosh, that I've always loved rabbits, and I also really like otters. So I'd say one or the other. They're
Otter
just
would
so
be kind of a yeah. Otter would be a different pet.
yeah,
Bunnies are a little more normal, but I'd go with the otter. I think that sounds like
yeah.
fun. Favorite pair of wrestling shoes?
Ooh, I like the ones that I recently have. The ones I wore at Florida. I think they're the Rudis Midnight Smoke ones. I really like them.
Okay, like
Yeah.
those. Gotcha. Outside of wrestling shoes, do you have a favorite pair of everyday shoes? What do you wear?
I actually don't. I don't have a lot of favorite things, honestly.
Gotcha. How about food? What's a post weigh-in food for you? What do you eat after you weigh in?
Oof. I love sandwiches and like grapes and stuff. Like if it's like a morning tournament, I'll have like a breakfast sandwich with again grapes. Then if it's like a duel, I love having a small Subway sandwich.
Nice. That sounds like that's actually pretty common, I think. Now, a guilty pleasure food. I know you like Jason's told me you like food and
Who does?
but what's that one thing? Mine's ice cream. I will tell you that. So what is your guilty pleasure food?
I might have to agree with you. I love ice cream so
What's your
much.
favorite flavor?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Not bad. I'm kind of boring and plain. I do a lot of vanilla, but did you have any rolled ice cream or anything like that when we were down in Florida?
I actually didn't, but I can say I went down to Publix and bought myself a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Was it chocolate chip cookie dough?
It was some sort of Cookie Monster flavor.
Cookie Monster flavor, nice. Is there foods that you won't eat? I'm guessing octopus is on the list from now on that we won't
Yeah.
eat, but is there anything else that you absolutely hate?
Honestly, like I don't really like much seafood. I don't know why. I
Really?
just never really clicked with it.
Man, I think seafood might be my favorite thing to eat, but it's all right. Everybody's different. What do you like to do for fun?
Ooh, for fun. Kind of depends on my mood. I love drawing, coloring, hanging out with friends. I also like to bake here and there. What else? Yeah, lifting. I like to be in the practice room a lot just cuz. And yeah, hanging out with friends, and that's probably it.
What's your favorite thing to bake?
That's a hard one because I don't care what's a bake because honestly it's really fun, but I'd say muffins and cookies. I'd say.
I just made a kind of a healthy style muffin, I guess it was, with bananas and cocoa and cottage cheese and maple syrup. And they actually turned out all right. It's kind of crazy, but you have to give it a shot. Um, do you listen to music before you wrestle?
Most definitely, yeah.
What's your favorite genre of music? What do you listen to?
I listen to all types of music, like pop, Latin, Hispanic kind of type music, rock.
Is there a song that you maybe put on a little bit more often? Like what's the song that's going to be in your ears before a state championship match?
Oof, I don't know. Like usually it depends on my mood. That's usually like a lot of stuff on me. It just depends on my mood and how I feel.
Yeah. Are you more of a pump you up music or kind of mellow you out music before matches?
I'd say more mellow. Yeah.
More mellow, kind of relax yourself. It's amazing. I've talked to a lot of coaches and stuff over the last year, and they have gone from saying in high school, college, of a lot of really fired up music, heavy metal, rap, and now they would use something to more calm their nerves and be more in the moment of wrestling instead of being all fired up and wasting a lot of energy ahead of time. So I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
So, is there something that you can hear? Well, we'll just say since he's friends with both of us, is there something that you can hear Coach Lloyd saying every time you step on the mat that you're going to hear probably for the rest of your life?
Put your foot on the gas and look to score points and hammer on top.
Very good. That's good advice because I think every time he's said that to you, and you do open up, you score a lot of points, and you've had a lot of success. And so he's probably not wrong. Um, the flip choice, what are you taking? Top, bottom, neutral? We're not
Yeah,
going to defer.
I feel like I usually go bottom the
The
most.
bottom.
Yeah.
What's your move off the bottom? How we get in the way?
Switch.
Switch?
I
I
love
love
switch.
switches. I do too. They're awesome. And I'm short too. But you're not short for a girl. I'm short for a guy wrestling, and I love switches because it's one of my favorites. What's your favorite takedown?
Ooh, I love like a good arm drag.
Drags. Man, you got some good stuff. And then on top, what are we doing?
Usually I like to go chop to a half to a stack.
You'll throw the legs in a little bit too, won't you? We've been
Here
working
and
my
there.
team's okay. My team's been working legs a lot this last year and stuff. So I knew that you did a little bit of that. Have you had much chance to wrestle freestyle yet?
A little bit.
A little
In
bit.
seventh grade, seventh grade, I remember my first freestyle tournament was Junior Olympics,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a bad turnout.
That's coming back to Iowa this next year, so we'll have that in Iowa again, which is good. Do you have a favorite freestyle turn yet, or too early?
Not necessarily. No, I
Not
don't.
necessarily. So, if you could be a superhero, what superpower would you have?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like to think telekinesis.
That would be a good one. Definitely a good one. Is there a wrestling rule that you could think of that you would like to change?
Not really. Actually, I like to agree with most of the rules that's already planted in, so I wouldn't really change anything.
Do you like the modified rules when we went like at Twin Rivers, or would you prefer to go straight folk style?
I actually like the modified stuff. It's actually
You
not bad.
like the neutral starts?
Yeah.
Okay. Finish this sentence for me. I know school's starting soon. Have you guys started? You haven't started school
Oh,
yet, have
yeah,
you?
we started.
You started already. Wow. Our kids in this area starting on Monday, so you guys got an early start. But finish this sentence for me. It's fill in the blank. Wrestling has taught me to.
It's basically taught me to believe in myself and teach myself to realize that whatever happens, happens, and it's okay. And there's a lot of things that wrestling has taught me, like self confidence, self discipline, and all that stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Um, it's really cool right now. This is a great day and age for wrestling. There's a lot of awesome females on the world team. A lot of people coming up. The Iowa's Hawkeye team. Just a lot of really good wrestlers. Is there someone that you look up to and aspire to be like?
Ooh, that's actually a good question because I have two of them. I'd say Kennedy Blaines and actually Rachel Waters, my
Yeah,
coach at
that's
Davenport.
really cool. Yeah, yeah. Both would be are just incredible wrestlers and really good people too. On top of that. I've gotten through all my questions, but I always like to leave a little bit of time for some final thoughts. Is there something you'd like to let everybody know? Maybe it can be about anything, but you know, we are finishing up. You're actually the last of the Florida interviews. Maybe make it Florida oriented and maybe why you should go, maybe why people should consider going down to the Florida trip.
Okay. So, yeah, I like to first touch up on like, for people that don't wrestle, they should always feel open minded to it because it can teach you a lot of things that you probably don't even know about yourself. It's a very mental and physical sport that can teach you so much, and that these they carry life skills that can carry with you through your life. And definitely for the wrestlers that are currently wrestling, definitely do think about going to Florida because it is such a fun experience. Whether you know you've wrestled for a long time or you haven't, you get to meet a lot of awesome wrestlers that you can carry a long time relationships and stuff, and just really good competition too.
Yeah. Do you feel like, just last question here, do you feel like maybe the last 2 years down there has given you some confidence going into the next season?
Yeah, actually, it all started my seventh grade year, my first year going, when it was down in Orlando.
Oh, you've gone 3 years now. Have
Yeah.
gone 3 years? Okay, yeah, cool.
Then I remember that year I didn't do so good at state, which was I remember being so low about it. But then obviously Coach Lloyd he offered me to go. I'm like I was unsure about it at first, but ever since that first time going, my confidence has built up so much more.
Very good. Well, thanks a lot. I enjoyed having you on and talking to you. I'm sure
Thank
we'll get
you.
to see you one of these first times. I'm guessing there'll be a tournament we run into each other. If not, I will see you at the state tournament.
Definitely.
All right. We'll talk to you later.